Hello there people, my name is Toby from Gymnastics Academy, and today I've partnered up with Gym Club Solutions to teach you guys how to do a butterfly kick. First things first, when it comes to the butterfly kick, we need to teach your gymnast how to do the setup, and the setup is called a scoop turn. To do this, you're going to first of all stand in a star shape, lift your arms up by your ears, turn towards your non-cartwheeling leg, bend that foot. From this position now, we're just going to practice going backwards and forwards from our left side, shifting over to our right side, and looking behind you. One of the biggest mistakes people make in their butterfly kicks is they don't finish their scoop turn and they stand up too early. So it's vital that rather than lifting up here, we're bringing our body all the way behind us, then coming up. So we'll go through a couple of those. Arms up tall, turn, down, dipping around to look behind you. And now we've understood that, we then add the kick. One more time, turn, dip, body across, look behind you, and kick up nice and tall for me. Once you start to understand that motion a little bit more, you can start to think about adding a bit of the U shape in there. With our butterfly kick, we need to go from quite a closed, hollow shape, to then coming all the way across and exploding, boom, into a lovely arch. So really focus on keeping this body nice and dished, swooping down, making a U shape from in front of you, all the way to behind you. So turn, down, dip, kick, looking behind you. Now that you've learned how to do the scoop turn, the next part of the butterfly kick we need to add is the kick and the swap. To do this, we're going to come over to my friend, the block, and we're just going to practice. Hands on the block, cartwheel leg in front, leaning forward, looking at the wall. Kick your back leg up 2 times, go tiptoe, down, tiptoe, down. Then once you get to the peak of this jump and the peak of your tiptoe, you're going to jump and kick that base leg even higher than that first leg went. So 1, 2, 3, and turn out of it. Make sure when you're doing this one, you've kicked, your first leg go higher than your second one, and as you land, you hold this arabesque shape. The biggest problem people have when they do their butterfly kick is rather than landing in that nice arabesque, they tend to flatten and put their hands down on the floor. That's the exact opposite of what you want. Lift up nice and tall, land in that arabesque, let that leg drive behind you, and turn. So, 1, 2, 3, and turn. Now that you can do that effectively, we're then going to do a block B kick. So, nice big star shape, arms up tall, turn to the side, dip towards your non-cartwheel leg, all the way across, hands on, kick and swap. Perfect. Once you get better and better, you can start to think about adding even more of a dip, kicking and swapping even faster, and making it even stronger. So we're tall, 1, 2, 3, dip, across, and kick. Really making sure that we're lifting our chest and shoulder blades up at the same time as our back leg. Not 1, 2, not 2, 1, but staying low and lifting them together. And that will keep you nice and flat and give you that butterfly effect you're looking for. Once you've got very comfortable doing it using the block, putting your hands on top of something, you're then going to either flip your block or take the block completely away and use the wall dead flat. Pick them up, put them over here, and we're good to go. So now exactly the same thing, but your hands go on the wall. When we're doing it, stand roughly about 1 meter or so away from the wall, so you're really having to reach into it and make sure we're taking off looking behind us, not when we're in front. The most common mistake that people make when they do their B kick is rather than kicking their legs straight behind them in an arabesque, kicking from their hamstring and glute, what they tend to do is kick across their body like this and then jump. Now this is almost a completely different skill in itself. Yeah, that's more of a progression for trick aerial than it is for B kick. So not stepping across, but instead looking behind you, kicking tall, and then swapping. Nice and strong. To get your gymnast comfortable from not using the wall, you can then regress the B kick a little bit to do a baby B kick. Now the way we do that is, we stand on the floor in a star shape, hands and body towards that bad cartwheel side, just like a normal B kick, but rather than dipping down, we're going to do it with our chest completely up. We're going to imagine turning completely around, looking behind, arms come to your ears, leg goes to the top, kick and swap. You do this nice and smoothly until you get super fast like this. And when your gymnasts are starting to show that that is looking very strong, you can then think about dipping a little bit lower. Then when you get fully confident, you can go for the full whammy. So we're up nice and tall, all the way down, flat, flat, flat. Look behind you and drive those legs. So now you've got your gymnast actually attempting a B kick, a couple of key points just to note and to help them out, make it even bigger, is as they're starting, make sure they've got all their weight in one foot and no weight in the other. That way, when we come to put that foot on the floor, we can shift our weight across nicely and get a good transfer, giving us a lot of power. Another thing to note is making sure their body is actually low enough to then lift up tall. If our chest is already high, you've got nowhere to go. So make sure we've come all the way down, underneath the wall, cut in the hedge, look behind you, and then lift up super tall. So, key points to think about. Dip and lift, get your body nice and low, and make sure you get your body to look behind you before you take off. And that is how you do a butterfly kick. I hope you guys have found this video useful. If you have, feel free to leave a comment down below, let us know your favourite part, and if you need any further help on how to teach your B kick, then also leave another comment and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can.